Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. In this one, I'm going to unbox this box here. As you could tell by the title of this video, it is a new camera that I recently purchased. So I'm going to open it up, tell you what it is, tell you why I bought it. So inside, I wish I had a top-down camera, but luckily for me and everybody involved, I have in this box, so dramatic, so nervous. Let's make sure this box is kind of closed properly before I pull it out. I have the Panasonic Lumix DMC G number 8, number 5. Panasonic Lumix GMC G85. Make sure my face is in focus. This is the newest camera to join my collection. It is a great little camera. Here it is, the Lumix G85. Oh, it feels so good in the hands. So really, I bought this for 3 reasons. I had a little bit of extra money and could afford a new camera. And so I looked at some options and thought and meditated, thought, reflected, prayed about it, thought what camera would be best for me moving forward with my goals in work, in YouTube, and in just life in general. And I decided the Panasonic Lumix G85 was the camera for me. It also comes with a 12 to 42, 12 to 60 zoom lens. More on that in a moment. But the deal with the Panasonic Lumix line is that they are micro four thirds cameras, and that's reason number 1 why I bought it. The micro four thirds line of lenses is so cheap. This lens is effectively 24 to 120, which is great for vlogging and great for a little bit of photography, but more importantly, it's cheap. If I were to find an equivalent to a 70 to 200 f2.8 lens, I could get that for about $1,000 for a micro four thirds lens, whereas for a full frame mirrorless camera, like if I were to upgrade my Canon M50 to a Canon R or RP, those same equivalent lenses for full frame mirrorless run $2,000 to $2,400. So already I can spend the same amount of money and get 2 lenses instead of just 1, which makes micro four thirds so much cheaper. Crop sensor ASPC lenses, like for my Canon M50, are cheaper, but also much more limited. They don't get nearly as wide apertures. They have a crop factor. They're just not as professional as a full frame lens would be. But the micro four thirds sensor lenses are cheaper, quite a bit cheaper. This whole kit cost me about $600 used, and you could buy it new for about $800. And the great thing is, if I were to upgrade the Lumix G85 to, let's say, the Panasonic GH5, which is just a much better camera, it costs $1,800, I can use all the same lenses. Whereas with the Canon M50, if I were to upgrade the M50 to the R or RP, which let's say the Canon EOS R, which costs about $1,800 as well, I have to get all new lenses or a lens adapter to make all of these lenses work on my other camera, on the new camera, which leads me to reason number 2 why I bought a Panasonic camera. And it's future-proof. I could upgrade to a G85 or GH5. I can upgrade to any of Panasonic's micro four thirds cameras. I could upgrade to a Blackmagic Cinema Pocket 4K, which natively uses micro four thirds lenses, and not have to buy brand new lenses. I would have a collection of them already from getting them for my Panasonic line. Third reason is kind of twofold. One, I want to try new camera manufacturers and new models. I'm very familiar with the Canon line because that's what I started on. My M50 has been my go-to video DSLR for the last year and a half, almost 2 years now. I think I bought it 2 years ago. and the 6D has been my default photo camera. I know Canon systems inside and out. I know Nikon pretty well because we use those at my church, but Panasonic I've never used. And so I wanted to try Panasonic, one, because it's different, and two, which is the bigger reason of trying something new, is Panasonic makes their cameras more for video than for photo. So this has a couple features that the M50 does not have. The M50 is a great photo and video camera. It's a great photo camera, it's a good video camera. Panasonic is a great video camera and a good photo camera. The megapixels is like 12 versus 24 on the M50, so I lose some megapixels, which makes the photos a little worse, but I get some in-body image stabilization so that if I'm manually holding a camera and doing some video shots, they're a little more stable, they're less wobbly. I don't have a record limit on this camera, so right now my M50 is at about 7 minutes recorded, and in 22 minutes it's just going to stop recording because it hit its record limit. This will record as long as I have battery and or memory space. And so these are just made for video. And the same is true for Sony. I would love, and I plan and hope to upgrade to a Sony camera in the future, but in the meantime, I'm gonna try out my Panasonic Lumix. And now, in addition to this front-facing camera, I could get maybe I could get a top-down camera to, if I'm doing some reviews of some gear, I could do some more B-roll because I have the image stabilization built into this. I could just do so much more, I think, with this new camera than I could with just the M50. Now that I have both of them, I have one good and one great video-focused camera, and so I'm so excited to do more work with this. So, if you have any questions about cameras, what you should be looking for, how to pick one, I have some video ideas to further down the line, but drop any questions in the comments down below. Let me know if you've used a Panasonic, what do you think? How do you like it? I'm excited. I've been chomping at the bit to open this all day since I got it at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It is currently 9:43. I've been wanting to open it, but I wanted to open it for you guys on YouTube. Let you know why why I bought this camera, why I'm switching from Canon to Panasonic, and that's why. Future-proof, cheaper, video-focused. And with that, I will see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you later, nerds.